Hey guys, how you doing? Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NHL hockey previews and predictions for Friday. It is February 10th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your fun day Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at hockeypicks.com. You want to follow the top scorers each and every day. Right now, Canuck Down Under, Rory Bashnik has 740 points. He's your leader, and you can get Rory's picks today just by going to the website hockeypicks.com. All right, speaking of hockey picks and predictions, let's get on with today's action. You got the Maple Leafs traveling to Ohio, taking on Columbus. Now the Leafs a minus 250 favorite. The over-under is at 6.5. ATS forecast system play. Gonna lean with the Buds in this one. 3.4 to 2.4. The over-under at 5.89. Now Toronto's been off for 8 days. Columbus hasn't played in 9 days, so both these teams going to be well rested for tonight. And you can see the chance of winning this game does favor Toronto at 63.2%. compared to 17.6 for the Blue Jackets, whose last game they lost 4-3 to Washington, while the Maple Leafs they got lost to Boston 5-2 was the final. Prior to the All-Star break, Toronto was 5-5 straight up, Columbus 3-7. Seattle Kraken losing last night to the New Jersey Devils. 3-1 was the final, and the New York Rangers, their last game, a 4-3 win over the Vancouver Canucks. They are now riding a 3-game win streak. They are 29-22 on the year. Same thing with the Kraken. So both these teams identical when it comes to their overall record. And speaking of their last 10 records, 7-3 for the Blue Shirts, while Seattle is 4-6. And we're going to lean with the home team tonight, and that's the New York Rangers as a minus 179 favorite, and 6.5 is the total. 3.2 for New York, 3.1 for Seattle. The over-under to land on 6.4. So we do like this game to go under the total tonight at Madison Square Gardens. Arizona Coyotes taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now Arizona minus 120 road favorite. That's interesting considering that they're not having a great year at 17-34, and they are the road favorite in this one. So what are the bookmakers trying to tell you here by making Arizona the favorite? And you can see the over-unders at 5.5. ATS forecast system play gonna go with the Coyotes, but again, that is just a computer pick. And I had a good, interesting question yesterday. It said, your system always takes the favorites. Yes, you know what? But when you look at what the bookmaker puts out as a line, is always the favorite, right? And I'll show you in just a few minutes why the favorites are just, always on top of the minds of the sports bettors. And it's all about public perception, all about the mindset of the public and what the bookmakers put out there as a line. And I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. 3.4 to 3.1 for Arizona. The over-under landing on 6.53. So we do like this game to go over the total of 5.5, which I find is a very low total. Arizona's last 3 games is 3 unders, while the Chicago Blackhawks coming off a 2-game losing streak. Pittsburgh Penguins will be on the West Coast tonight, taking on the Anaheim Ducks at the Duck Pond, and you can see the Pens a big favorite here. Minus 250 is the line, and looking at the over-under 6.5, we're going to lean with Sid the Kid and company at 3.3 to 2.8. The over-under landing on 6.23. So we do like this game to go under the total. Looking at the Pittsburgh Penguins' chances of winning at 65.7% compared to 40% for the Anaheim Ducks. And now I'm going to get to that SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And I'm going to give you a little insight. And just like my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time, you got to think like a bookmaker. And again, going back to yesterday's question, why does your system always favor the favorites? Well, anytime you can ask anybody who does analytics, the computer pick will always cater to the favorites, because that's basically where the mindset is of the general public and the bookmakers. When you look at the bookmakers this year, they're telling you, when they give the lines of a favorite, what are they telling you right off the top? This is who we think is going to win the game. Now, when you look at that, and if you take this in consideration, when the bookmakers tell you who the favorite's going to be, they're really telling you who they think is going to win the game. So if you look at the overall record of the bookmaker, 62.2% for the favorites. So that tells me that, they got to do a good job of balancing the books. And if you look at all the money line sports and the point betting sports, apples and oranges, right? When you think of NHL and MLB, those are 2 money line sports. And yeah, they do have some run lines and puck lines, but it's not the same as football and basketball, right? And I'll show you that in just 1 second. So in the National Hockey League, 62.2% of the favorites won, but look what they do in the puck line, 43.5. And let's compare to the NBA, and you're gonna see it's in the exact same range. Isn't that amazing? 62.9%, 48.6%. So the bookmakers on the season picking favorites at 62.9%, meaning underdogs, obviously, at 37.2. And if you're wondering how come this is, the evens up here. So yeah, so bookmakers doing a good job with the getting. You got to think what their job is, right? The bookmaker's job is you got 100 people in the room. I got to get 50 betting on this team, 50 betting on that team, and that's their objective in the spread sports, right? It's a little bit different when it comes to money line, but anyways, I thought I'd elaborate that on today because even though I do get a lot of feedback and comments, and I don't reply to a lot of them, there's some of them that if it's a head scratcher and people are wondering the same thing, then you got to give them what they want, right? All right, there you have it. Let me see here. Oh yes, if you want to get the free Raymond report, I got a good system here for you guys on the Chicago Blackhawks and the over. If you go to the website, atsstats.com, and once you get to the website, you're going to see NHL and free NHL stats. Scroll down to the bottom. This is where we keep all the pearls, and you can see when the Chicago Blackhawks are a home underdog the last 4 years, and they allowed 3 goals against in their last game, and they're coming off an under. 9-2 to the over, so maybe you want to consider the over tonight between Arizona and Chicago. And again, enjoy the comments, the feedback, and I don't answer all the comments and feedback, but if there's one that makes my head scratch, and there's and it's always about education and teaching the sports betting public on how to win money at sports betting, I'm all for that. Have yourself a great rest of your Fun Day Friday. I'll be back here on a Super Saturday with some more NHL action.